Buenas noches, Corillo. Welcome back to another episode of the BPM podcast, your favorite podcast in the world. Shout out to all my listeners around the world. Simple as that, you know. Shout out to all the people in United Kingdom, India, um, where else? Mostly France. There's a lot of we French people that are listening to the I do declare podcast. I should say that that's my middle name. I do declare I drink wine at night to wind down from the stress of life. Another week, another dollar, and you should be grateful that you're alive. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. No one's gonna come and save you, so you gotta go out there and get your own. Remember that. No one's here to save anybody. You're grown now. Stop acting like you're a little kid. No, stop. Nobody's gonna come here and save you. Again, thank you for listening. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, the Back Porch Mexican Podcast, go ahead and do so. It's a growing process, but we're getting there little by little. We don't give up. Consistency is the key. I find that sometimes I don't want to do things, like because I procrastinate a lot. Procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. I'm not saying that right, but you know what I mean. Um, and Finding the motivation to do certain things on a daily basis sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're like, fuck all this, I don't want to do anything today. And it's a theme of mine. I don't want to do anything anywhere, but I still do it because I know that it's beneficial for me to kind of push from that mental fog that sometimes like overtakes me. Sometimes I'm like, oh, my mind is racing a mile a minute, and it's not easy to reel myself back in. Sometimes I find myself going in a downward, like in a spiral downwards, and I gotta catch myself and snap back at it, and snap back to reality. And then like uh recently I've been meditating. No, I have not. Which I should, because I used to do it, but sometimes I just like, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Like everybody does. Like everybody's like, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. And I think it's mostly men. I'm not trying to, you know, paint a broad brush and think that women do go through the same thing. But I do think that women are more in tune with the day to day emotions. As men, we're not. We're just like, hey, I gotta go to work. I gotta still show up to work. So fuck all this, and I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep pushing, and eventually you blow up. You blow up on little Timmy at work, or you blow up on Jesus, your coworker, and that's not cool. Like you don't. You're not supposed to do that. You're not. I'm a big proponent on not bringing um, work home or home to work. Um, for those that are not keen onto what I do for a living, I am a line cook uh, of this establishment that I've been working for numerous years now. But uh, I love what I do. It's fun, and it's challenging, and there's definitely uh, a need for people that work in kitchens. Like we are having a tough time uh, hiring people that want to work in a kitchen because guess what? You give up weekends, you give up holidays, you give up birthdays, you give up so much, and people are trying to like snap. Like COVID kind of like snapped everybody in half, and like they're like, no, we don't want to, enslave ourselves for that many hours for that little pay for but like you gotta choose. I don't think I chose to be what I am today as of what I earn money, my mainly income source. I don't think I chose that. I think it was like it sounds weird because sometimes like If I'm in the zone when I'm cooking, I'm in the zone. I'm floating. I'm like, it's like almost like I'm not there. Like I make a dish and the dish comes out and everybody likes it, and like I have a hard time taking credit for something I created or something I did. So I just tell myself, like, if like the other, like in this, I'll see what I'm saying. I have to like break myself. I made an Asian stir fry, right? Uh, Asian stir fry, Asian curry stir fry, and it was amazing. Everybody loved it. It was so good. Blah blah blah. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But like, see the reaction from people, and like the plates came back cleaned, right? So I'm like, okay, so there's something there. But instead of me taking credit for it, I said, oh, Miss Gwen is who made it. Like this Chinese lady that sometimes when I pick up heavy shit, I go, oh, yo, zang right? Gotta pick up heavy shit. I bring her out, ooh. And and I think that's obviously I have off days when I'm like, fuck, I'm cooking the same thing again today, right? Um, but when I'm in the zone and I'm dialed in and I gotta get shit done before the party shows up or before the people show up or what have you, I'm zoned in, and it's just I can't rely on anyone else to come and save me because this is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So I'm zoned, I'm dialed in, I'm cranking out prep, I'm cranking out fucking sauces, I'm cranking out hot dishes, salads. All these things are like I'm building a party. It's a banquet, and I'm putting it together. But yet, I still have doubt that I did all that. That it was me that did that. I get no credit from it. I have no need to get the credit from it. Why? I don't know. Why I don't take credit for things that go well is still something I'm still trying to like unfold, unpack within myself. So finding people that are willing to sacrifice family time. It goes with anything, I think, right? It goes with any job you have, any career you choose to pursue. It's gonna require for you to sacrifice everything else if you want to become the best there is at that specific thing. You're not gonna be top of the line engineer, top of the line uh, pool player, top of the line anything if you don't sacrifice something. Something has to give in order for you to like excel in that aspect of your career. And I'm a toddler when it comes to like kitchen, to being in the industry of food. I'm a toddler. I don't know anything. Like the little things I know, I try to share them, but egos get in the way of I was like, no, I'm gonna do it my way. Well, okay, do it your way, but like what I'm saying is like this is what I've learned. This is what I've. If I'm sharing it, at least appreciate it. But if it's okay, you gotta find your own journey, your own way. And the pandemic kind of broke everybody. Like they don't want to be in a place where they don't feel appreciated. They don't think that they think they can do more. And some people have figured it out. They're like, hey, I actually could do something else that it brings me joy. And if you're stuck in a job that you don't like, you're miserable, you show up just because you need to pay bills, homie, let me tell you something right now. You're wasting your life because the bills are always going to be there. Life is always going to be there. So find out what you really want to do and fucking dive in and sacrifice yourself to catch up to the OGs of the marketplace of whatever you're choosing to do. Like you have to have mentors, you have to have people you look up to in your industry, in your niche, or whatever it is that you want to do. You have to like, because they've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it for shit, 17 years, and I'm kind of seeing, you know, I started as a dishwasher to move from a dishwasher to a prep cook to a line cook to, a shift manager or this or that, and I have a title now, but I don't. That's not where I'm gonna end up with that title. I want to go higher than that. But in order to start a new career, a new endeavor of your happiness, you gotta find that thing that makes you happy. Because I feel like sometimes we get complacent. Men get complacent, and change is it's an unknown foreign feeling. And instead of embracing the change, we shy away from it because we don't want to start all over again, right? And finding good people that want to do anything, whatever it is, whether it's being, a sign holder, being a dishwasher, being, a greeter, being a bank teller, someone that wants to excel in a position has to be able to sacrifice weekends, family time, vacation time sometimes. You got to sacrifice certain things, but also now people are like saying, like, you know what? I don't want to work 5 days a week. I was just reading this article yesterday about how the UK did a trial on a 4 day week work, a 4 day work week. That's a lot of wolf, ugh, ugh, right? Especially for me, because I'm a foreigner, and you know me, is in your army, baby. Um, and it was very successful. People are saying there's not enough money you can give me to go back to work 5 days, right? And people are thinking like, oh, so 4 days, 40 hours? No, 32 hours. That's it. 32 hours, 100% of the pay as if you were working 40 hours. So now this senator from California, I can't remember his name, and reintroduce a bill that it will probably start like a pilot program. I'm assuming not everyone's gonna jump on board, be like, hey, actually, we are, establishing this federal law. Because if it goes federal, it's for everyone. I don't think it's gonna go there first. They're gonna, test the waters. Throw in your little cousin in the end of the pool, see if he comes back and everything's okay. And if he's okay, and if he jumps back in on his own, we're going in. But the relationship between work week, the things that a working person carries with them on a 40-hour week, on a 50-hour week, on a 60-hour week, whatever hours you put in, it takes a toll on everything else. If you're working, let's say, just 40 hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 40 hours, that's a very long time, right? That's a long time if you have young children, if you have elderly people you take care of home, if you have a girlfriend, if you have hobbies you want to pursue, anything else other than that, it'll be really hard for you to pursue 100%. So now what they're saying is like, all right, we'll pay him the same amount if productivity doesn't get affected. If productivity is not affected, we'll continue this. And I believe the UK is implementing that on a broader spectrum, right? They're going to start slow. They started with a pilot program, and then now they're going to go and say, you know what, let's do 6 months for the entire country, or what? I don't know what the plan is. They haven't disclosed that, but companies that jumped into this program are not going back. Those 3,000 employees from different companies are not going back to a normal work week, which is kind of crazy right now. Like, you're like, oh, I want to get in that industry because that's what they're doing. So you're gonna have a lot of people jumping ships, looking for that 3 day weekend, right? Sometimes I'm lucky if I have a 2 day weekend. Sometimes I'm lucky if uh, I take vacation. Sometimes it all depends on the workload. It's uh, but you have to be like okay with what you love. Do you love cooking? Do you love being an accountant? Do you love crunching numbers? Do you love being a realtor? Do you love being a teacher? Teachers have it somewhat easy, when it comes to a work week. Like it says Monday through Friday. We don't go to school on the weekends, right? Can you imagine going to school on the weekends? They should. They should at least Saturday for like electives. If U.S. decide, but they can barely teach. I'm speaking from my experience. My son took guitar classes all freshman year. He's a junior now. Sorry, a sophomore. Duh. All freshman year took classes from an individual that was a substitute that didn't know anything about guitars. It was just a regular. He was just a body to make sure that nobody fucked each other and they didn't fight each other. That was it. And I was like, you know what? I do declare I have something to say about this. So I wrote them an email, and then email I was like, yo, what kind of like don't offer fucking guitar class if you don't have a music teacher. It's like offering a PE without having the gym. Be like, yeah, just go wild, like play in the grass. If you don't have a basketball hoop or a soccer field or a baseball, if you don't have anything to offer something, don't offer it. Move them to whether you. But I don't. Maybe I don't get it. But and then I was like, we need responses as parents. Like, what is this? This is nonsense. Where was I going with this? Oh, the work week, right? I get a little lost. Sorry. Um, offer that be to me if I could have a 3 day weekend, I could get into a lot of trouble. Yeah, I can get in trouble. So the 2 day the 5 day work week, I'm fine. It keeps me out of trouble, but that's me. I tend to have crazy tendencies to get into trouble, even as an adult. But it seems like America is behind the eight ball on uh, human the on human values. Like they don't give a fuck. You work, but that's the beauty of it, right? You can work yourself out of poverty. You can work yourself out of being born in a certain situation to now saying I made it out of the trenches where people eat hot dogs and somebody's trying to get a little ecstasy, the trenches. Uh, but if that gets implemented, that means that mental health would improve, right? People's happiness will increase because they're doing all these things to keep people happy, like all this. It seems like all this AI is it's being directed to like cure like people's loneliness. They get attached to social media. They get attached to people that are influencers. They are big names because they don't know anything outside of their four walls, right? And happiness is not inside; it's outside. Happiness, home should be where you rest and you feel safe. Everything else outside, you should wonder and explore. Whatever that is. Go out on a fucking hike and explore nature. Get eaten by a bobcat or a mountain lion or escape the matrix some way or some form. But as time goes by, people are not leaving their houses to do anything. You get your groceries delivered to your door. Next thing you know, I've said this. Like They want us to be locked up in our own crazy minds. And we let them because, oh, did you see the new virtual reality? You can go on a roller coaster. Did you know? Did you know since the fucking Disney World opened up, which was like the 50s or 60s? I don't know the year. Alexa, what year did Disney open up? Disney was founded on October 16th, 1923 by Walt Disney and Roy O. Disney. It is 99 years old. That's Disney the cartoon. Alexa, what year did the Disney park open? According to an Alexa Answers contributor, Disneyland opened in 1955. 1955. They have roller coasters. You can go on real roller coasters. You don't have to go on virtual reality roller coasters. You know that, right? So take that fucking headset off and go out in a real roller coaster. Oh yeah, but this is cheap. Yeah, but what are you paying? You're paying with your sanity because that roller coaster is gonna take you to somewhere else, and then you get deeper into the rabbit hole of video games or virtual reality or what have you. But the outside world's still going on, where you can experience, you can touch, you can feel, you can smell. You're just playing virtual reality roller coaster in your own fucking farts. You're farting, eating popcorn. I'm on a roller coaster again. What? I'm on a roller coaster again. And it was like $29.99 a month. I didn't have to travel. I don't have to stand in line. Yeah, I get it. Lines suck. But guess what? You people watch. You judge people you people watch. You interact with people. Hey, when I went to Disney World or Disneyland, I found 3 fucking wallets. I took the money and I returned it to the fucking security officer. Like, hey, I found this. No, I didn't take the money. What's wrong with you? Imagine losing your wallet on a trip, right? 3 wallets in one day. And I returned it because I don't want that type of fucking karma coming back. Because I'm running fast from karma, but she sometimes catches up. Sometimes, like, hey, remember in 2003 when you pimping out that girl, you and your homie? Shout out to my homie Chilango. He remembers that one. I've told that story before. He probably was never told anyone, but I told the internet, so now it's out. Karma will fucking find you for the shit you did. So go take that headset off and go experience life. Love everybody, hate everybody, but do something outside of the matrix, outside of the reality. I'm planning on. I want to go interview people, like homeless people, but also I don't want them touching my equipment. So I don't know. I don't. You know, that's the only thing that stop that stops me from like interacting with homeless people because I want to know how they got there. I got approached by. I went to the grocery store last Monday, and I got approached by a fucking homeless person, an unhoused person, clearly on drugs. And I was like, "Hey, yo, homie, I'm on food stamps. I don't have no money." Angry about it, and I, I was angry that he was approaching me for money to buy drugs, not because he was approaching me to ask me for money. But I'm not buying. I've said this a million times. I'm gonna say it one more time. If I'm gonna buy drugs for somebody, it's gonna be me. You understand? Not you, me. And I don't even do drugs. I do a little whiskey, a little beer, a little coffee. That's all I need. Oh, and a little nicotine. Uh, but I don't do them drugs. Them drugs catch you by the bottom of your lip and drag you down to the floor. Um, this took a turn, right? Oh my god, I'm fucking insane today. I'm sorry, guys. Last episode I was talking like this really low. I don't know why. I was like, I just got done meditating. You know what I mean? Meditating with God. No, 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 no. Let's not bring God into this equation. People get riled up when you bring up their God. You think God was a woman? I think so. I think God's a woman. Nobody wants to believe it, but that's what I think. Uh, but back to the 4 day work week. That'd be amazing. I hope it happens. They're also talking about giving, African Americans $5 million in California for reparations. I think that's not necessary. I think what they should do is go into these communities where most African Americans live and fucking fix those communities. Give them opportunities. Give them jobs. Give them uh, infrastructure where they can have something to look forward to. Put good schools in those districts. You know, put more resources into mental health, more resources into like drug addiction. Don't just fucking hand out money because that's gonna make the whites pissed off. And now you're like, oh, but you're giving black people money. What the fuck? What are like? And they'll bring up the whole, oh, they're criminals and this and that. It's just gonna stir up the pot. I was right about something. Those four black African Americans, those four African Americans that got kidnapped in Mexico, they weren't up to no good in the U.S. either. I knew that she was not just gonna get you know, a BBL down there, and I felt to say that in the last podcast, but I didn't because I was like, what if I catch fucking some heat for this? Because nobody else was saying what I was thinking, and then I kind of said it, and then everybody's like, you know what? Well, these people are not stand up citizens either. And I told you guys, like, the cartel does not want to fuck with Americans, regardless of their background in America. They don't fuck with Americans. That's the least thing they want to do. They don't want to stir up the fucking pot when it comes to the DEA, the FBI, or what have you, or even the CIA. There's some rumors that the CIA is working down there, but that's just for another episode. No, there's no way forwards. It seems like there's no way like out of the shit show. The bank collapsed. What? You got money in the SVB Bank, the Silicon Valley Bank? You better go get it out. Let me tell you, if you got your $12 in there, you better go get your $12 real quick, cause there ain't gonna be nothing left. So nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna have another crash, and everybody's gonna be scared, and there's gonna be no, and hopefully, because fucking concert tickets are expensive as shit. You trying to go see, little Tutu and little baby dance? $1,000. What? No, no, thank you. But again, get out of the house. That's all I gotta say for today. Get out of the house. Go find yourself something to do, and don't stop yourself from fucking enjoying something. If you don't like it, don't go back. Find something else. Life is short. And remember, this ain't your army, baby. So take day by day. Don't get too ahead in the future. Don't live in the past because that's gone. You can't go back. I sound like a motivational speaker, but I don't want to be a motivational speaker. But sometimes, like, people need to be told. Snap out of the fucking funk and live your life. That's all I have to say. So, peace.